Hello and welcome to Mitv Primetime News, coming to you live from our broadcast studio here in Lagos. Hi, I'm Teresa Adeyemi. We'll begin the news tonight with the top stories. President Buhari debunks claims of endorsing any APC faction. Clergies preach love as Christians mark Boxing Day. NDLEA seizes 8.3 million tramadol caps. From the foreign scene, anti-apartheid icon Archbishop Desmond Tutu is dead. Sport. CAF gives January 3rd deadline for African players to stay with clubs. Now the news in details. The presidency has debunked claims that President Buhari endorsed one of the factions of the All Progressive Congress in Kano State. This was made known in a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Gabashew, saying the claim is blatantly untrue. It was stated that the President never endorsed any faction, noting that matters are awaiting adjudication by the court on the party issue. It was, however, stressed that President Buhari's support is for the All Progressive Congress as a party united and strong and not of any faction. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has intercepted 8.4 million capsules and tablets of tramadol, as well as 56,782 bottles of codeine, among others, in major raids in Lagos State. Director of Media and Advocacy, NDLEA Headquarters, Abuja, Femi Babafemi, said ahead of Christmas, the Chief Executive, retired Brigadier General Mohammed Bubamawa, has ordered a sustained surveillance on some target at Satellite Town and Alaba Rago area of Lagos. The Satellite Town target was eventually raided when the drug kingpin, Ezekiel Ibe, was arrested, and over 5 tons of high milligrams tramadol, 225 milligram and 100 milligram recovered from his warehouse. In another raid following taxing surveillance in a notorious neighborhood at Alaba Ragu, Alaba area of Lagos, one Surajo Mohammed was arrested with 941.14 kilogram cannabis, while 56,782 bottles of codeine were seized from the store of another drug lord still at large. Meanwhile, operatives of the agency have arrested a 22-year-old Amaka Ogonachukwu for attempting to smuggle wraps of cocaine concealed in cooked white rice for a boyfriend, Monday Imagbe Nikaro, 40, in the custody of the Edo State Command of NDLEA. Monday was arrested earlier along Airport Road, Benin City, Oredo, LGA, for dealing in crack cocaine, cannabis sativa, and Danabel, otherwise known as anabolic steroids. In a related development, an outbound passenger to Italy and Turkish airline over Cyril has been arrested with 114 wraps of heroin with a gross weight of 1.80 kilogram at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. Same day, Osakwe Ebuoma, traveling to Milan, Italy, was arrested with 1.55 kilogram of tramadol concealed in a Ghana must-go bag. December 26th, known as the Boxing Day, is a season of joy and love sharing. It is a day set aside for presentation of gifts to loved ones. Against this backdrop, the General Overseer, Christ Living Spring Apostolic Ministry, Pastor Wole Oladinu, has appealed to the federal and state government to extend the love of the season to everyone through dividend of democracy. The clan founder gave the charge while speaking at the presentation of his Clamo bumper gift to the Bale of Omole Kingdom in Lagos. Pastor Oladinu called on the federal government to double its effort by providing the enabling environment for business to thrive. On his part, the founder of Fountain of Hosanna Church of Christ, Pastor Kehinde Abiodu, also called on all Nigerians to show love to one another as he advised the government to tackle the insurgency with its might. Other speakers, including Prophet Odianusin Oziegbe, admonish everyone to use the Boxing Day to show more love through gift sharing.
Believe in placing values on people, irrespective of your faith background. So we are demonstrating the love of God. When you see people in the prison, please visit them. You see people who are very despondent, please give them succor. You see children who are indigent, please help them. Help them at no cost. Don't place burden on them. Help the widows. Help those people who are very fearful, who are very livid. That is what God has outlined for us. And so today, the Boxing Day, is a day to show love.
To everybody, to Christians, to even the government, it's a good thing to extend kindness to people. It's a good thing to place value on lives. That's what we should do. That's what the government is all about. That's what Jesus came to preach, love. And that's what we have demonstrated today.
Changing gifts with each other. And you can see by yourself that we are giving to people, show love, kindness to people. In fact, that is the real doctrine that is accepted by Jesus Christ. To give to people, to show them kindness, to show them love, the poor. And listen to me, the Bible says, whatever man sows, so shall he reap. When you show and give to people, you will see there. And God will use it to bless you and bless your generation. God will bless you in Jesus' name.
God is telling me that if we can go back to God, Nigeria, there will be another great breakthrough that is coming. Muhammad Buhari have tried his best, but people around him are the major problem we have in this country. God will expose them this year.
The Saint Gospel Church of Christ and of Fire enjoin Nigerians and others around the world to embrace peace and show love to one another as a reflection of what Christmas symbolizes for all of humanity. The General Overseer Jacob Shodainde made the call while giving sermon on Sunday in Lagos. Our correspondent Aruma Jimo has details.
The Saints Gospel Church of Christ, Hand of Fire, has admonished Nigerians to continuously share the love and always look after their neighbors at every point in time. General Overseer Jacob Shodainde noted that the negative reaction of the people was caused by the present state of the country economic downturn, which has made it difficult for everyone to have a three-square meal. The clergyman maintains that the season of Christmas and other days should reflect the love and sharing of affection among one another, but not a period where some are happy and some are sober.
Well, Jesus has done well for the whole universe. So we have to appreciate his blood. We are free today from condemnation, from destruction, through the blood of Christ. Formerly we are aliens, we don't have access to God. But when Christ came, when he was born in the city of David, give us access to life eternal. That is why we are celebrating. We are doing two celebrations here. We are celebrating his blood. That is number one. Number two, he was born in the city of David. Because that's the mystery of Passover. Those who attended the Passover, the Fijian, he heard it in my message. I give many examples.
Shouldn't they challenge the federal government to do all it could to protect the Nigerian army who are on the war front against Boko Haram and ISWAP?
Praying for them. Even from presidency, they need prayer. Prayer is the solution. When we say there is no peace in the country, what can bring peace is prayer. It's only God can do it. It's above any all this power.
He said Nigerians should be their brother's keeper as they warned against continuous insecurity ravaging some parts of the country.
The leadership of the All Progressive Congress APC in Ekiti State have advised to provide a level playing ground for all aspirants in the party primary election scheduled for January 2022. Correspondent Abide Misekiru, who has been monitoring the political trend in the Ekiti State, reports that many big names in the party have shown interest to succeed Governor Kayode Fayemi in office.
ahead of the governorship primary of the All Progressive Congress APC billed for January 22nd, 2022 in Ekiti State. Some party stalwarts and aspirants have charged the state executive of the party to give all governorship aspirants in the state a level playing ground. Senator Michael Okpeyemi Bamidele, representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District and governorship aspirants in the state, says is fully prepared for the forthcoming primary of the party. On the rumor that Governor Kaode Fayemi has picked a candidate, Okpeyemi posited that is not true, saying Governor Fayemi is the leader of the party.
I thought Governor Fayemi had anointed a candidate. I will not be here contesting. I am contesting because I know he has not anointed a candidate and he will not anoint a candidate. It is the members of the party, of course under his leadership, that will choose by democratic means the candidate of the party will be the flag bearer. And it is the people of Ekiti State and God that will anoint the next governor of the state.
Also speaking, a member of House of Representatives representing Ekiti South constituency too, and also a governorship aspirant, Mr. Femi Bamishile, opined that Governor Fayemi did not have any anointed candidate.
I am a man that I'm not troubled by imposition, by what you call endorsement by any quarter. The party has clearly told us that the primaries will be conducted on the 22nd of January 2022, sorry. And I can assure you, let us wait until the primaries.
All Progressive Congress stalwarts in the state, Dr. Segun Oshikolu, entreated the party to work hard not to handle the forthcoming election in the state with levity and
if I'm talking about giving the people the power, of course direct primaries unless we don't want to be sincere, the indirect primaries is already, it's been hijacked now. The governors have hijacked the indirect primaries all over the country. So it's no saying. They decide what happens, who they want to be, and that's it, and nothing can change that. And for as long as that happens, so I think the direct primaries gives the electorate at least an opportunity, even if it's still going to be changed or whatever, but at least in their places in their wards, they will know who won in their wards. So I think
he called on the people of the state to support All Progressive Congress APC in the state come next year governorship election in the state. Abidemi Sikiru, MITV News.
Gunmen abducted Mr. Charles Martel, the son PM and paramount ruler of Dindiri in Mangu local government area of Plateau on Sunday. Media Officer of Operation Safe Haven, that is OPSH, the military task force maintaining peace in the state, Major Ishaku Takwe, confirmed the abduction. He told newsmen on Sunday in jest that Martel was kidnapped from his residence at Dindiri. He said troops of the task force had been mobilized to the area to conduct search and rescue. Takwa said troops of OPSH at Diemyambos and Mango have been mobilized to the area. They are on the trail of the kidnappers. And that's all from the local scene. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you a report from the forest scene. Please stay with us.
What are you having for lunch?
You, my baby girl, you have Gary, and your daddy will have fufu.
You know I can't swallow that.
And that fufu smell.
Ew.
I'll be right back. If Green Gary Vita is a vitamin A fortified instant swallow, easy to prepare, you do not need to stir on fire, while our odorless fufu flow requires no pounding or sweating. All you need to do is make a paste and stir on fire. Both products are very rich in fiber, aids weight management, gluten-free, perfect for a healthy lifestyle. Food is ready!
No smell at all.
So smooth to swallow.
Thanks to Eve Green or the less fufu flour.
Gary Vita is the best.
Do you know how I can win back an old friend? You can give her the ultimate adventure. maybe some intense drama. What about making her turn up big time? She has that already. I just want to give her more. It's the full package. A premium gift. The best of everything. Hey guy, you know I got you.
It's the love you can always understand. Enjoy great entertainment and more this festive season. Choose joy. DSTV, it's your moment.
Welcome back. You're watching Mitv Primetime News. Now to foreign stories. South African anti-apartheid icon Desmond Tutu, described as the country's moral compass, died on Sunday, aged 90. President Cyril Ramaphosa said. He said in a statement that the passing of Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu was another chapter of bereavement in the nation's farewell to a generation of outstanding South Africans who have bequeathed the country a liberated South Africa. He said Desmond Tutu was a patriot without equal, a leader of principle and pragmatism who gave meaning to the biblical insight that faith without works is dead. And I quote, a man of extraordinary intellect, integrity, and invincibility against the forces of appetite. He was also tender and vulnerable in his compassion for those who had suffered oppression, injustice, and violence on their appetite and oppressed and downtrodden people around the world. End of quote. Italics activist Tutu won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984 for combating white minority rule in his country. The bodies of 28 migrants have washed up on Libya's western coast after their boat sank, a security official said Sunday. The latest tragedy on the world's deadliest migration route. And I quote, Libyan Red Crescent teams recovered 28 bodies of dead migrants and found 3 survivors at 2 different sites on the beaches of Al-Alos, some 90 kilometers, that is 55 miles from Tripoli. The body's advanced state of decomposition indicates that the shipwreck happened several days ago. It said adding the toll could rise in the coming hours. Images published by Libyan media outlets showed corpses lined up along the shore, then placed in body bags. Libya, rocked by a decade of conflict and lawlessness, has become a key departure point for Africa and Asian migrants making desperate attempts to reach Europe. Migrants often endure horrific conditions in Libya before embarking northwards on overcrowded, often unseaworthy vessels that frequently sink into trouble. The bodies of 16 people killed when their boat sank in the channel while trying to reach England were repatriated early Sunday to Iraqi quarters where their families were awaiting them. The plane carrying them arrived around 2 a.m. at Abril, capital of the autonomous region in northern Iraq. The remains were transferred to ambulances to transport them to their hometown of Dabandikan, Raya, Soran, and Quadrawa. At least 27 people perished in the November 24 tragedy, the deadliest disaster since the channel became a hub for clandestine migrant crossing from France to England. At the terminal at Abil Airport, emotional families waited for the arrival of the remains of their loved ones, some hugging each other or showing photos of their late relatives. Originally scheduled for Friday, the repatriation had been postponed twice. The 27 victims were Muslim men but also included 7 women, a 16-year-old and a 7-year-old child. Beside the 16 Iraqi Kurds, the 26 identified included an Iranian Kurd, 4 Afghan men, 3 Ethiopians, a Somalian, and an Egyptian. Afghanistan Taliban authorities said Sunday that women seeking to travel anything other than short distances should not be offered transport unless they are accompanied by a close male relative. The guidance issued by the Ministry for the Promotion of Virtue and Prevention of Vice also called on all vehicle owners to offer rides only to those women wearing Islamic hijabs. Ministry spokesman Sadiq Akif Muhajir said on Sunday that women traveling for more than 45 miles, that is 72 kilometers, should not be offered a ride if they are not accompanied by a close family member, specifying that it must be a close male relative. The guidance circulated on social media network comes week after the ministry asked Afghanistan television channels to stop showing dramas and soap operas featuring women actors. The ministry had also called on women TV journalists to wear hijabs while presenting. Mwajir said Sunday that the hijab would also be required for women seeking transport. The ministry's directive also asked people to stop playing music in their vehicles. And that's all we have for you tonight from the foreign scene. We go on another quick break. Where we come back, we bring you sports stories. Please stay tuned.
Me and you, let's go to Ghana. Hey! Go and jump.
This is Ghana. You've come here to seek for greener pastures. Make it your worthwhile.
Any guinea fowl is Guinea. Guinea fowl has nothing to do with Guinea. It's just the name of the fowl. So Ghana jollof, what? Is it Nigerian beans?
What?
Have you made before?
No.
Jasper! Help me!
Welcome back. You're still watching MITV Primetime News. Now talking sport, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has said on Sunday that footballers heading to next month's African Cup of Nations finals will be allowed to play for their clubs until January 3rd. Many were said to miss matches because of the rule that dictates club must release players 14 days before a continental championship or the World Cup. But CAF has agreed to allow players whose clubs have matches between December 27th and January 3rd to play them before joining up with their national squad for the Cup of National Finals, which kick off in Cameroon on January 9th. That will come as a relief to English clubs who had been due to lose their African players by the official release date of December 27th, although some had made individual arrangements for players to stay with them for as long as possible before the start of the tournament. Both organizations have been critical of the timing of the Cup of Nations in the middle of the club season in Europe, where the majority of players involved in the tournament play their club football. But FIFA says that CAF had decided to offer beliefs to clubs. Guinea defenders Anthony Conte and Florente Pogba withdrew from the squad for the African Cup of Nations finals on Sunday after citing injury, a statement said. Conte, a former France under-21 international who has switched allegiance, said he had not yet recovered from injury after recently joining Romanian club Universitatea Craiova. Pogba suffered both a knee injury and a tendon pull in action for French club Sochaux earlier this month. It can confirm they would be out until at least the end of January, the Guinea Football Federation said. Pogba, 30, is the elder brother of French World Cup winner Paul Pogba. Coach Kaba Diwara has called up two best players as replacement for Kamara from Horova and Gassou Yusuf Sibi from Wakria. Aston Villa head coach Steven Gerrard will miss the club's next two Premier League games after testing positive for COVID-19, the club announced on its Twitter. And I quote, Aston Villa can confirm head coach Steven Gerrard will be unable to attend our next two Premier League matches with Chelsea and Leeds United, as he will be isolating after testing positive for COVID-19, end of quote, the club tweeted. Gerrard will miss Tutorial's game at home to Chelsea and Tuesday's VC to Leeds. Aston Villa's last game at home to Burnley was postponed shortly before kickoff on December 18th after a coronavirus outbreak in the Villa camp. 3 of Sunday's scheduled Premier League games have been called off, including the Leeds visit to Liverpool because of a COVID outbreak and injury problems at the Yorkshire club. That puts a question mark over Villa's match at Elland Road on December 28, will be played on Wednesday. Gerrard has said that it would be a nightmare if his club had to tackle 2 matches in 2 days with just 14 players available. He added everyone at the club was anxious about potential infection. And still talking sport, Crystal Palace manager Patrick Vieira will miss Sunday's Premier League match at Tottenham Hotspur after testing positive for COVID-19. The English club said assistant manager Ocean Robert will take charge of the team against Tottenham. Palace said on Twitter that it can confirm the Crystal Palace manager Patrick Vieira was self-isolating after returning a positive test for COVID-19 and will be absent from the touchline for today's match against Spurs. Palace are 11th in the Premier League table with 20 points from 17 matches. Report says that the game against Tottenham had been in doubt due to a COVID-19 outbreak at Palace, but the South London club confirmed about 3 hours before kickoff that it would go ahead. Palace trips to Watford last week was postponed due to coronavirus cases at the home club. And just before we end the primetime news tonight, a quick recap of our top stories. President Buhari debunks claims of endorsing any APC faction. Clergy preach love as Christians mark Boxing Day. NDLEA seizes 8.3 million tramadol caps. And from the foreign scene, we told you that anti-apartheid icon Archbishop Desmond Tutu is dead. From the world of sport, CAF gives January 3rd deadline for African players to stay with clubs. And with that, we draw the curtain on the primetime news tonight. From the entire news crew, I am Teresa Adeyemi. Do have a great night and happy Boxing Day. Good night.